Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what part of the world you're in. What I'm going to do first, actually, is I'm just going to quit my Skype and quit me WhatsApp, because what I don't want to do is be disturbed. Quit me Telegram. I've got to quit all this stuff. I should have done it before I started, but I was talking to Darren then, and the time just sort of went away. So I'm just going to check on YouTube. We've got 25 people watching, so I'm surprised we've only got 25 people watching at the moment, because we've got a lot of founders, and I thought the founders really would like to know how to use their bots, because I'm going to share some stuff with you on this, share my screen. Going to do some stuff on the whiteboard as well, but I think you're going to be blown away with what I'm about to show you, okay? And I don't mean a little bit blown away, I mean massively blown away. If you've ever thought about trading, doesn't matter what type of trading you've ever thought about, this is the place to be honest, because we've got trading bots. I would say our first basic trading bots are in place with crypto to crypto, fiat to crypto, gold with crypto. We've got I think that's what else have we got? We've got a semi-automatic trading bot, but we're going to be improving those bots. There's a new version coming of those, which I think will blow you away, which will be market makers and all that sort of stuff. It will be bots that's going to watch the trends of candles and all that, so there's a lot coming to the existing bots. Then we've got our binary option bot, which we're going to be launching sometime in November, and at the moment we're only giving access to founders, and some of those founders are starting to get live access. We're giving a few people at a time so that we can make sure that we test a bit more, make sure people are not going to lose any money. But wait until I show you what I've been doing. So if you're into trading, this is the place to be. And if you follow me on Facebook, I actually visited the data center today, because we went and done a deal with the data center for our mining farm, if you like, our Zukul mining farm, that's going to be integrated into our smart wallet. Also, because I've got a computer business where we make servers, we make mining machines for customers, and we've got a hosting company and all that sort of stuff. So I went to the office there today, and we employ in that office, our youngest employee is 16 and our oldest one is 22. Okay, we like to be surrounded by young people because they're fresh, they've got lots of ideas. And I was talking to them about an idea for a mining machine that you could have at home. Okay, one that's water cooled, a green one that's going to save you energy, mine for you. And they came up with some amazing ideas. These guys, they're just young guys, and they're just so keen. And I was blown away with, once I started telling them what I wanted to do, they were just popping out ideas and said, "Oh, look, Jeremy, have you seen this? There's a water cooling one. You can get this water cooler and it plugs on the motherboard and it cools everything. You don't need fat." We've got a lot of stuff that's going to come. It's not going to come next week. This is a long-term plan. When we produce Zukul, myself, Darren, and Bart, and my other partner Michael, when we put Zukul in there, Bart come up with the name Zukul, to be honest, and we chose a name like that because we didn't want to be stereotyped. We didn't want somebody to say, that's an MLM company, or that's an affiliate company. That's a company that makes washing up liquid. So we chose a name so that name could evolve, and the business could evolve, and the name didn't have to change. A bit like Nike, really. You don't know, you see a tick on the screen, but they don't just make trainers. They've got sportswear, sports equipment. There's so much stuff they do. So they've got a name that fits their brand perfectly. And I believe we've got a name that fits our brand and our new vision of where we're going with cryptocurrency and mining and trading and forex trading and our smart wallet. It's just, the list is just mind-blowing, really it is. And it's not a short-term strategy. It's a long-term strategy, I would say, that's going to take us, the next 3 to 5 years to get everything executed how we want it to do. But if you're inside Zukul now, you're in a good place to be, I can tell you that. So what I want to do is I want to share my screen with you, and so give me the thumbs up there, Darren. Let me know you can see the screen, and I want to take you inside Zukul, okay? And I'm just on the Hangout there. Am I broadcasting? It seems there's a bit of a delay there. So I'm just going to wait to see that hopefully everybody else sees us. So if you can give us you know, some sort of message in the chat there, say, yes, you can see us. We've got a thumbs down. Can you believe we've got a thumbs down? We haven't even started. So anyway, people don't like earning money and they want to give you a thumbs down. That's entirely up to them. But because what I'm about to show you in a moment, I totally believe I'm going to blow your socks completely off your body. I really am. Yes, we do. Great. Thanks for that, Mike. Right. So I want to take you over to Zukul. Now, there's a page here that's for you for calculating, to give you an idea of how a bot done, okay, in the past. So as you can see, it's the 14th of October up until yesterday, the 16th of October. So I've just gone on this screen. I haven't done any filters or anything like that, but you've got at the top here, you can choose currencies, which is fiat currency pairs, you know, euros with dollars, Australian dollar with Canadian dollars, Japanese yen. There's all sorts of different currencies there. Then you've got the cryptocurrency market, okay, that you can do this trading in, binary option betting, I think is maybe the right word, I don't know. Then we've got commodities. Commodities are things like, you know, gold, UK Brent, silver, you know, I don't know what else is down there. Silver, gold. Yes, so there's a few companies with the commodities. And then you've got the stocks, you know, like Apple, McDonald's, Walt Disney. There's all sorts of things that you can trade in, okay? Google, HP, IBM, JP Morgan, okay? People that said they, you know, their guy said he wasn't going to have anything to do with cryptocurrency. And if anybody wants in his company bought any cryptocurrency, he would fire them immediately. A week later, PJ Morgan, I think, spent something like 74 million on buying some cryptocurrency, you know, so maybe they were trying to manipulate the market. But anyway, so you've got these different types of things that you can trade on. I don't know what other words you can use for them. Things, commodities, stocks, currencies, and cryptocurrencies. So I want to bring you to this filter first. And I just want to put in here $1 because I want to show you what we've done. And I'm going to click a filter. Now, what that does is I'm saying I want to trade with $1. Now, if you can see, it's grayed out, okay? When it's grayed out, now, if you see this area that's grayed out, it says 64.20. Well, what that means is the robot run its algorithms, and it said, you know what, Jeremy, for $1, I couldn't get you any data on that particular day on the 15th. There's no way I could bring you back anything. So I couldn't even break even for you, and I couldn't run a loss. I couldn't even make a trade because of the markets or whatever, you know. So what it did do is it grayed it out, but it showed me that I would need $64 if I wanted to trade on that particular day. So, you know, if you're trading with a small budget of $1, total budget of $1, you know, which I shouldn't imagine you would be doing that, you would have to look for days that are not blanked out, really, and you see there's some days you can get that thing. So let's just go up there and maybe increase that, okay, to $5, and let's run the filter again to see if it finds us anything for $5. And $5, basically what I'm doing here is I'm filtering to tell the system, okay, tell the robot that I'm prepared to lose $5. I've got a budget of $5, and can you make me any profit? Or can you give me an idea what the profit was if I did it, if I had $5 on that, you know, in the past? So it's easy for us to calculate what happened in the past because we've got all the candles, we've got all the charts are already there. They've finished, haven't they? So we can analyze those charts with an algorithm and say, yeah, we would have bought there, we would have placed a bet there, we'd have placed a bet there, and so on, and we would have won, you know, or lost. So as you can see, on for $5, there was no data at all, so it's grayed out. On the second day, the 15th of October, it's saying that you needed a budget of $4.08 to make $4.76. This one I love at the end here. A budget of $1.86 to make $22.62. Okay. So again, you would look down and basically you want to find days that are not 3 days. So look, there's Apple shares. So with Apple, it's saying if you had $470 or 3 days ago, $4.75, and you would have run this particular formula that's there, which is strategy A, algorithm 90, and formula 111. We could have, you know, the bot would have said if you had had those formulas in place, a $4.75 budget, you would have made $14 profit, you know. Then it shows you the next day you only need a budget of $3 and you'd have made $24. The next day shows you a budget of $4.46 and you would have made $27. Excuse me, I'm just going to have a swig of water. So you can see that this is how you would choose your pairs, okay? So what I want to do now is I'm not going to pick a pair for any reason, okay? I just want to show you of what we got. So I would obviously now change these strategies and to try and get everything in a profit. So I'm not going to choose any particular strategy. I'm just going to choose one. I'm not interested in this. As you can see, I've run a complete loss, okay? So obviously I wouldn't choose this particular strategy, this particular algorithm, or this particular formula there, because obviously I wouldn't make any money. But what I want to do is I want to select it and I want to show you what's on this next screen. Okay, now you can either you can give your bot a name up there. You can choose whatever name you like. I tend to choose names that are related to my bot settings. Okay, next thing you got is it tells you the asset, which is, in this case I've chosen Apple, and by default it selects demo. Okay, once we go live, some of the founders now have already got access to the live bots, but by default, when even you do get the live bot, the live connection, it will by default set to demo. Okay, then you got the strategy A. Then here you would put how many hours you want to trade for. So I'm just going to say 36. It says here your profit target is $5. Okay, your profit target is your budget. You see, it's got budget this side, then it's got like a / and it says profit target of $5 of 0 at the moment. There's nothing in there. So this is my budget. So $5 not really enough, is it? So I would put something like $50 in there. So you want to be searching for 50 or 100 or something like that. So I'll put 100 in there. Sorry. And then before I put a profit target, before I talk to you about that, you got the first bet. Well, as you can see, my formula is 111. So that means if it places a bet, the first bet, and it loses, it will place the same amount for the second bet. And if that loses, it will place the same amount for the fourth bet, and so on. It will just keep placing the same amount. So if I chose my first bet at $1, it would always place a bet of $1. If I chose $10, it would always place a bet of $10. Okay. So next thing we got is we got the stop loss level, okay, which is the stop loss level. So if you don't want to use these stop loss levels, you don't want to use this profit thing. So you don't want your bot to get to a profit, I don't know, what can I call it? A profit, I can't even think of the word. You know, if you, what do you
profit target? Profit
target, sorry. If you don't want your bot to get to a profit target, so in other words, you're not worried whether the bot makes you $10 or $1,000 or it loses you your $100. If you're not really interested in that, you just say, look, I just want to run the bot. I don't want to stop it for any reason. I just want to see what happens after 36 hours. You'd leave that blank, okay? You'd leave the profit target blank. And obviously your stop loss level, that wouldn't work. So it doesn't matter if I chose 50% here. It wouldn't work because I haven't put a number in here, because it can't be 50% of 0. Okay, so there's no point choosing this. So these two go hand in hand. Okay, so we'll probably make this so that you can't choose this if you haven't put something in there. Okay, then down the bottom here is the actual thing to do with your Bollinger Bands, and I'm not going to go into that. I'm just going to leave it at the default settings. Now, what I'm going to do in here is I'm going to put $20. Okay, and I'm going to click out, and as you see, the minute I put $20 in there, it shows me another choice that I can choose here, which is the smart compound. And if I want a smart compound, and I'm going to show you on the board in a minute what the smart compound is and what this this stop loss level means and all that in a second, okay? But if I want to set if I want a smart compound, I put a tick in that box there, okay? Now, because I've chose the stop loss, a profit target of 20, okay, I really need to come down here and choose a percentage, okay? Now, what happens is, it's got 5% to 80%. So what's saying, if my bot gets to $20, it's then going to say it's going to trigger. It's going to trigger the stop loss level. Now, what does that mean? So the bot's got to $20. Now, if I chose 50%, the bot will say, I'll trade with 50 and I'll keep you 50%. So in other words, the bot will trade with 10, and if it lost that 10, it wouldn't lose the other 10. It would lock it in and say, well, I'm stopping the bot. Okay. Now, if I chose 5%, it would say out of the out of the $20, I'm only going to trade with $1 and I'll keep your 19. So I don't really think that somebody, unless you put a big number in the top here, okay, a big number in the top, then 5% is not really worth doing unless you've got thousands in there. I think, maybe 1,000 or something like that. But you really, if you're putting a profit target of 20, I'm saying you want to be 50 and above. Okay, 50 and above. So you could be 80%. So that means that the bot would trade with $4 basically. Sorry, it would bank you $4, and it would trade with the remaining, the $16. It would carry on trading. It will bank you $4 and say if I can't make any money with the remaining $16, the minute I get down to $4, I'll stop the bot. So I quite like the 50%. Okay, the 50%. So what I'm going to do now is I'm not going to start this because I don't need to start it. I want to come to the board, and I want to say, if you've got any questions first, if you've got any questions, pop them into the chat in in capital letters. And I could see there's a few questions in there at the moment, and we'll come to those in a short while. But what I want to do is come back to the Hangout, and I'm going to stop sharing, and I want to talk to you now about the profit target. Okay, the profit target. I want to make sure people understand the profit target. So I'll just do this chart. Okay, now let's just say I put my profit target here, and in my case, I'll set it for $20. Okay, and this is the point. And then I got my budget. I've got my budget in place, and I say maybe I said I was going to prepare to lose 100. Okay, I've got my budget in place. So what I'm doing, this is the point I start my bot. Okay, when I've set all the settings up. So this is the start point. So the minute I click that start button, the bot's now going to analyze the charts. Okay, it's going to analyze the charts, and it's going to try and make its first bet at some point. Now, it may do that it doesn't make its first bet for a good number of hours or even a good number of days because the charts are no good. Okay, and we're not going to cover charts in this. I know Nigel's asked me to cover charts, but maybe Darren will do that on his next one to talk to you about charts. So basically what happens is the price of the currency you're trading in will go up in price, it will go down in price, it might go down, it will go up, it will go down, it will go up. And there'll be bets placed at various points along the way. And you'll either lose or you'll win. Okay, you'll either get a win or you'll get a loss there. Okay. Now, what happens is if you keep getting losses, the minute it gets down to it's lost your $100 that you said you were prepared to lose, that could be $50 or $20, I don't know. Then the bot would stop, okay, and it would go into what's called the goal reached. Okay, it would go into a tab called the goal reached. Now, let's just say that your bot gets to 19.99. Okay, it makes you 19.99. And then what it does, so you're in profit there, maybe red's not a great one to put it in, but you're in profit here at 19.99. You haven't reached the 20 profit target line. Then the bot, so you log in the morning, you say, oh, I woke up in the morning, there's $20 in there almost. Brilliant. You go away, make a cup of tea, I don't know, have a watch the news or whatever it is you do in the morning. You come back and your bot stopped. And it shows you that it's actually lost $100. My God, I had $20 there. Why hasn't it banked anything for me? Well, the reason why it's not banked is because it never hit the trigger point for the banking to click into place. Okay, so basically what it's got to do is it's got to get to $20 or above before it triggers this stop loss, profit stop loss. Okay, it's got to get to $20 or above because you've set it at $20 before it triggers in. So, I had a guy that sent me today. He said, I had the profit target set to $100. It got to $69. He says, and then it went down and lost me money. Why is that? Well, because it was $69, got up to 69. It never got to the profit target. So it never triggered the bot to say, I'm going to save you money now. It never triggered that. Okay. So I want you to be clear on that. The other thing that I want you to be clear on is I know some of the founders have already started doing this, and it's understandable. It's understandable. People are excited, and they want to know how the bot works, and they want to try and analyze it. But I can tell you this now: I'm never, ever, ever in a million years, the only people that know about the algorithms is myself, Danny the programmer, Darren, and Barbara. That's all that know, okay? Because they helped. You know, me and Darren worked closely together to write this spec, to build this bot. We used part of Darren's strategy, part of my strategy, part of Danny the programmer's strategy. We're never ever going to reveal the algorithms and obviously the formulas are okay. That's easy, you know. But the strategy A, B, and C, never going to reveal what that is, you know, because we don't want someone to come and copy us, and we're never ever going to reveal what the formulas are. But you know, when Darren does his training, he shows you the Bollinger Band. So I'm just going to give you an idea to show you so that you don't confuse a human trading and a robot trading. So Darren will show you these Bollinger Bands, okay, which he showed you many times, and I've done the same. And they look something like this, okay? There's I don't know what the colour in there. Maybe it's not that blue, but that don't matter. But basically, what happens is the candles sit in here. So you might have a candle that sits in here like this. There's one candle, okay? Then there might be a red candle, okay? Then there might be another red candle, and that red candle can pop out the Bollinger Band, okay? That red candle can pop out there. Now, as a human, we done it manually. We might place an up bet there to say the price is going to go up, but the algorithms and for me, I use a different strategy to Darren. I use the Bollinger Band, but we place our bets at completely different times. Okay, Darren places his bet completely different to me. I place my bet on the first timer, and I'm not going to go into that. You'll have to go back and watch some of Darren's video, and I'm sure he'll cover some more. And Darren does his on the second timer. He's only interested in the second. I'm only interested in the first. So two humans, completely different strategies. A robot has taken a bit of his, a bit of mine, and it's got some of its own stuff that we run algorithms and come up with things that we noticed that the behavior of charts and things like that. So as a human, you might place an up bet there. So JR might place an up bet there. Darren might say, well, I'm going to wait until that candle finishes. So he'll say, oh, I might place an up bet there. Darren might place his DB might place his bet there, okay? Now, I've seen people in the chat say, I know how it works, Darren. I've watched you do it. And, you know, Darren gave an extra, he said, and I've seen Jeremy's explained all the strategies and the formulas, and I haven't. Never done that, okay? What I tried to do is to give you an idea of how the bot works. Well, what the bot does, depending on the algorithm or the strategy, it might place its bet there, just where JR did, because it popped out. It might place its bet there. 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 It might not even place its bet on that candle. And right at the time of that candle starting here, that maybe it's going to go up or go down, it might place its bet right there. Okay? And I've just shown you, because when you trade, it moves in what's called pips. The robot doesn't look at what you do as with a human. It hasn't got a pair of eyes. It runs to a mathematical formula. I think, well, I nearly swallowed my tongue then. So the bot does not do trades like you would as a human. Plus what the bot does, you know, me and Darren, when we're trading, we might say, well, there was a green candle, then a red candle, then a red candle. Yeah, we'll have a go. The bot's going to look at the last 30 candles and say, is there a bull run? Is there a bear run? Is there too much of, is there too many candles sitting above this area here that's not touching this middle Bollinger Band? Is there too many candles that are sitting here that are not touching that middle Bollinger Band? Is there too many candles that spike out and go back down? Or is there too many candles that spike down and go back up? I'm not going to tell you the formula. It's no good you looking at your pocket options account saying, and why hasn't the bot put a bet there? I would have put a bet, because you ain't doing the bets, the bot is. Okay? And most people that do trading, 80% of them lose their money. So, you know, because you've now got a bot that's making life easy for you, you know, don't think for a minute that you know better than the bot, because I want to show you something in a minute. And there's no way on the planet I would have had the nerve to do what this bot's done for this account that we set up. Okay, so that's, I'm telling you about the formulas and the strategies. All you want to do is, I said to someone today, you know, why are you worried whether it's made you $20 or $60 or $100? Providing it's made you a profit, what's the problem? What is the problem if your bot's gone into goal reached or something like that, you know, because it's got to a stop loss? What is the problem? Okay, it's made you a profit. That's what you want the bot to do. Excuse me, I'm going to have a drink of water. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly share my screen, and I think this is where you're going to be blown away. In actual fact, Darren, if you don't mind, I want to take a couple of minutes breather, if that's all right, and I'll hand it over to you, mate.
That's absolutely fine. Am I on speaker? I forgot whether I was.
Yeah, you're on
mute. Yeah, I'm okay. All right. Okay. Hi guys. Right. Well, basically, what Jeremy's just gone through there is a very, very simplified, oversimplified version of how the bot works in a way that you and I might understand it. Now, as Jeremy says, we've worked quite closely with programmers, and programmers actually provided us with a chart to then go back and have a look at how it does trades. And we did that very much in the early stages. So we would look at previous trades that it made, and we would then sort of nitpick bits and pieces what we would have done and what we wouldn't have done. But in actual fact, every single time the programs would come back to us and say, yeah, you may well have done that, but actually this is why the bot didn't do it. And you can see within a couple of candles why the bot didn't do that, take that action. And since that sort of conversation that we had, I've taken a huge step back and I've just allowed the bot to do what it does. And I think I was in a conversation with someone a couple of days ago on in one of the groups, is that people will take a little bit of the information that we give you, and then will just extrapolate their own views on that. And really, what we would really strongly suggest that you do is allow the bot to do what it does. Okay, get your settings right on that, and then if you then still want to manually trade or demo trade, actually in pocket options, then do that as well. Use the sort of information that I go through with you on a Wednesday to do that. But please don't try and confuse the two. For example, if you've got a bot running on Bitcoin and then you go and manually trade Bitcoin, you will be doing it slightly differently, well, considerably differently than the way that the bot is doing it. Okay, so please don't confuse the two and think, well, the bot's made this amount of money and I've lost this doing manually, or vice versa. Really just don't get confused the two at all. The people that I'm speaking to on Facebook, really, if they're traders, then it's quite hard when they get started, because they come into it with perceived knowledge and a preconception of what they're going to get. The easier people, the people who are having probably more success, are the ones who are coming into this just following the training instructions that Jeremy's done, and then just pressing the button and then just allowing it to do it, and without having to go back in every 5 minutes and tweak it and tweak it. I'm just going to show you something very quickly, just before Jeremy does what he does, just because I want to explain something to a few people. So I'm sharing my screen. Now this is my, hopefully you can see my Zukul back office. Now you can see here I've got 3 bots. They're all live. You can see the live here because of the symbol. This is a live screen. You can see my mouse moving along. Let me just see if I can blow it up. Right, what I want to show you, okay, is this here. This is really useful column. All right. Now look, this, what is it? Euro versus US dollar. Okay. Okay, it's made $3.35 since 1 o'clock this afternoon. All right, but look, it went to minus $13.31. So I could have panicked then and thinking, cripes, it's going to hit my budget. I best stop it or dive in there and change it and mess with it. But I didn't. I just let it run, and obviously now it's creating a profit. And the reason that my budget is at 20 is because when I was doing the settings that Jeremy's just showed you, is that the highest settings on here, the budget needed was like $15.70 or something. So you can see that even though it's at $13.31, it still hasn't hit the worst that it could have done in the past 3 days. And in the past 3 days, this particular setting has made, I was going to swear then, it's made an awful lot of money there over a 3-day period. Okay, so don't panic if you see a minus. That's what the budget is there for. You've already realized that you're going to potentially spend money or lose money before you make the money. All right, this one here, okay, it's made $6.98, but it's not had to dip into its budget. But that doesn't mean that it won't at some stage over the next 3, I've got it set for 3 days, so there's no reason to think that it'll stay out of there for 3 days. I expect it to dip in and out, in and out, in and out. Okay, so just understand that once you've set your bot, whatever the time limit you gave it and whatever the settings were, they were the correct settings and the correct time limit at the time that you set the bot. So why do you think there's any value in you going back and second guessing it 2 hours later? So just please allow the bot to do what it does. Okay, right, I'll stop sharing and I'll get off my little soapbox. Are you watered and refreshed now, Jeremy?
Yeah. So I got a bit of a temperature come across me. I don't think I ate something that was great today. So if I shoot off again, it's because I'm getting a bit. I'm feeling a bit giddy, if you like. It could be the excitement as well. And I've undone my top shirt button, so I do apologise. So Darren made a good point there, and it's good to make sure that you're aware that when you start your bot, if you say let's put it this way, if you go to a horse race and you say, well, I'm going to back number 4 horse, I'm going to back Red Rum, and I'm going to have Lester Pickett as he's riding it. I know he's a good jockey, and I'm going to put my money on him. And you stand there on the start line, and the horse leaves the gate there, and all the horses do. And lo and behold, Lester Pickett, he drops right to the back. You don't run onto the course, do you, and say, hold on a minute, Lester, take that saddle off. I've got a better one for you. Put this saddle on. You don't do that, do you? Once you committed, let the race play out. And it's the same once you commit to a bot and you're happy, you set it for 3 days, 4 days, 1 day, 1 hour, 1 month, whatever you set it, let the bot do its job. Okay? Yes, nobody's guaranteed, the disclaimer has to go there. Nobody's going to guarantee you're going to make any money. But I think that's the excitement about it, because let me share my screen. Because I think what I'm about to show you is going to blow you away. It really is. So let me know, Darren, you can see the screen, and then we'll do Q&As, and then Darren's going to tell you how you can get access to this bot. So can you see the screen there, Darren? I'll sort of minimize the hangout. Where are we? He's giving that's I brought it back. Right, so let me go over to here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up to the top menu, trading, and I'm going to go to my betting bots, okay? Going to go down the screen. Now, if you look here, look at the top bot there. It says $3. I'm going to zoom in on this. I'm going to zoom in. It says, if I go over here, that this, is that too much here? I've zoomed in too much. Let's go back out. Let's just, there you go. It says, look, you're $3.07, okay? It's trading with a thing. The next one down, it's got a budget, of 5,000. It's already lost 782. Should I be panicking? Well, look what's happened down here. Got a bot there that's running. It's got a budget of 10,000. Okay, and as you can see, the top one's a live bot. This one, the one that's for 10,000. So far, it's spent of that 10,000, $1,307.50 to make 7,920. 7,920. This one down the bottom, $12. But look at this baby. Look at this baby. Okay, it's got a budget of 10,000, and I want to show you. Can you see the live symbol? Live. The bot's live. It's real money. It's got a budget of 10,000. Out of that 10,000 budget, it's spent $932.50, and it's in profit of $49,507.36. Now, I don't know about you, but for 10 grand to to turn into 49 grand, and it ain't 10 grand because it's this bot now can't lose. Going to walk away with 24 and a half grand out of this bot, and it's spent $900. So I don't know. Is it something? Again, earning discount. I'm not going to say you're going to make that. You might not have 10 grand to play with, if you like. You might say, Jeremy, that's all well and good, but I ain't got 10 grand. It's doing the first bet now, $250 a time, where before it was started off at $1 with the smart compound, and as it got to the profit target, what it did, it banked the money, doubled the first bet. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing because I want to talk to you about the smart compound, because I don't want to forget that. So we got that smart compound that was there. And what that does, and you tick that box, okay, what that does is you remember the profit target, okay? So we have the profit target. So I'll put the profit target here. And let's just say you set it for $20, okay? That profit target, I can tell you there, was set for $100. Okay, went on to make $49,000. I don't know about you, that's not a bad day. And that was started, that bot. I don't know whether you see the date on that. I'm more than happy to show you again. The bot was started on the 10th of October. 7 days has gone by. 7 days has gone by for that bot. Okay, so that's mind blowing. So basically, the smart compound works like this. And if you see there, I had a formula of 1, 1, 1. Okay, and there might be one more 1. So basically, and I had the first bet set at $1. So basically what that does is it says, I'll place $1. Whether I win or lose that bet, I'm going to be placing $1 again. Whether I lose or win, I'll be placing $1. Once it got to the $20, it then banked 10. Okay, banked 10 because I had it set for 50%. Banked 10. Okay, banked 10. Now it upped it to $2. If it lost a bet, it would place $2. Soon as it won, it would then go to $4. Soon as it won again, it would go to $8. It's up to $250 now, a first bet. So work it out. It's got 20 odd grand that it can afford to place at $250 a bet. It's going to, and if it wins a $250 one, it's going to go to $500. If it wins a $500, it's going to get $1,000. Wins $1,000, it's going to put $2,000. You can see the power of that smart compounding tool. Okay. And my temperature's rising again. I can feel it. So Darren's going to tell you how you can get access to this bot. I'm going to stop sharing the screen. I'm not sharing the screen, which is good. And maybe we can answer some questions for you as well. So over to you, Darren. Sorry.
It's all right. No problem. You go and dash. Right. Let me just quickly go through some questions because what I've got here might, again, raise some more questions. So running through, so Mike Briggs has said, what is the criteria for choosing a specific algorithm? Well, basically, the obvious answer is you need to obviously get look for a profit, but I think you mean a little bit more than that. So what I'll do is I'll just very quickly share my screen, and again, there is no sort of right or wrong with this. Where are we? Let me just go to start a bot. So I'll just pick something very quickly, because again, we could probably do a full hour just on the algorithm bits. So here you can see we've got the euro and the US dollar. Okay, and you can see, you can't see here, but we'll say that strategy B, and we'll go for that formula. Okay, so you can see that we've got profits right across the board, but this one here is significantly higher. So we'll just check the algorithm is 50. Algorithm doesn't show me there. Algorithm 20. Algorithm 20. So if we were to change that one to 20 as well, then you can see that that is more in line. Okay, now what we might want to do is change them all to 50. Okay, because that showed it was a really good algorithm. It had a really good day with the settings of B and the 124. But in setting algorithm 50, okay, has knocked these two out. So really what I do is, if I'm happy with the strategy overall, if I'm happy with the formula, then I literally just go through the algorithms and I wait till I get to an algorithm like this one here, which is algorithm 2. It's showing a profit right across the board. I'll go to 3, no good, 4, no good, 5, no good, 6, no good, 7. Okay, so the only one we've got is probably that one there. Okay, well, perhaps 2. There you go, 2. Right, the next thing I then look at is the budget within the budget that I wanted to set it off with. Now, when we first looked at this, I didn't set a budget. But by the time you start messing around with all of the strategies, algorithms, and formulas, then the budgets will change. So once you've got a nice set of green results and they are within a reasonable amount that you want to achieve, it's then about whether the budget is within the budget that you want to use. And bearing in mind that, as we've already explained, is that $23.66 means that potentially you could, or if you set this on the 15th of October and gone into have a look at this bot, you would have seen a minus to $23.66, and it would have done that to achieve you $4. Now, you may think that's okay because I've got a profit. So it's about, if that is within your budget and you're okay with the profit return, then go with that. If not, then I would then say, okay, move on to the next one and the next one and the next one until you get the algorithm and the budget all matched up. So it's really about the strategy and the formula, basically set it for me. I then go through the algorithms to then make sure that the budget is in line with the budget that I want to set. Again, there's a lot that I could go into that, but I'm obviously conscious that we're pressed for time. So hopefully that gives you a good idea, Mike. Any other questions? I think there was quite a few, wasn't there? Noel, it's not in capitals, mate, so I'm not answering. Jürgen, can you please explain how to set the hours and how to influence the outcome? Okay, well, setting the hours is easy. You just go on to the, you just change it. I'm not sure why you would be asking that unless I'm misunderstanding your question. Go back to the share button again. Go back to here. So if I then click select, there's the hours. All you do is you just change it. Now, that's it. I'm not sure that it's any really why that would be difficult. You could use the up and down button if you want, but that's it. So if you wanted it to run for 1 hour, that's fine. If you want to run it for 24 hours, that's fine. I don't know whether you can do 2.5 hours. Oh, maybe you can. Okay, so that's how you change it. And the next bit is how it influences the outcome. Well, we don't know. That's all part and parcel of the strategy. Clearly, if it's running for longer, you have the opportunity to either lose more money or make more money. If you run it for a really short period of time, you run the chance that it may not find a trading opportunity. So again, that's what your demo bot's for. Just test, test, test. As a matter of default, mine run for 3 days because the information that it's given me is 3 days. Sometimes I run them for a little bit longer. So hopefully that helps you, Jürgen. But at the end of the day, it's all about testing. Carolyn Ross, what do the Bollinger Bands have to do with the programmed strategy? Absolutely nothing, Carolyn, as Jeremy's just explained. It's a method of how we manually trade, but it's not a method that is used by the actual programming, okay? Because the programmer can't see, the programming cannot see the Bollinger Bands, okay? As Jeremy's just explained, it's all in, it measures results and pips, things like that. Dave Horn, Darren, one of your past friends you were saying you use different account trades. Yeah, so Dave's asking, I have 2 pocket option accounts, okay? I know you're not supposed to have 2, but I inherited 2, basically. I have one which is where all my live money is, and then I have another pocket option account, which is where my demo trading is. And basically what happens there is I do all my demo trading in my, and this is if I was doing it manually without the bot, okay, let me qualify that. And basically if I was doing demo trading, I was doing really well, I get very excited, I'd then move into my live account. But by the time I'd logged out of one account and then logged into the new one, I would have calmed down and sort of gathered myself, and then I would then start to trade properly. What I find, and this is a personal thing, is that if I have the demo and the real in the same account, is that because it's so easy to flick between the two, then sometimes I can make unthoughtful trades. That's probably the best way to put it. So it's just a default that I have, okay? And again, I mentioned it because other people might find it useful. But like I say, that's for just manually trading. It's clearly not. I still have those two accounts. One is obviously trading live with the bot. So yeah. Profit is always profit. Yep, you're right, Sergio. Holy Mackinaw, yes, wow. Thank you, but where are they? Caroline Ross, thank you, but why are they in the setup screen? It's there as a guide, okay? It's part of what it plays. The deviation bit plays a part in the programming, because obviously the programmers have built the program around how Jeremy and I basically did it manually. So it's there as part of the programming, but it's not there as, you know, you can change with, you know, mess with the settings by all means, and you can practice changing the settings. But like I say, as far as the actual Bollinger Bands are concerned, the programming itself doesn't look at Bollinger Bands, which I think was your original question. Teresa Leyland, if, for example, your budget is $20 and you have a $1 bet, and say you choose to do, and your daily amount used to give a profit is, say, $10 a day. You know, I've only got an hour, Teresa. It's going to take me an hour to read this. Would you have to use a higher budget, i.e. $25? Right, let me just go through this again. If, for example, your budget is 20, your budget, Teresa, is solely based on, in my view, when I do mine, on what the budget is needed for the day. Okay, so there are different ways of looking at it. So if I look at, so if I go back to our friend the euro, okay, so you can see here the budget, the highest for the day or for the 3 days is, we'll call it $24. Now, if you're using that formula, then you're going to need to have at least $15, and I would say you're going to need to have at least $30 to run through that at least twice. And in an ideal world, your budget needs to be 3 times that, okay, to give the bot some breathing room to be able to make you a profit. Okay, that's how I would say, and I think Jeremy's very similar in the fact that whatever formula he's using, he tends to have sort of between 2 and 3 times that as his budget. So if it's $15, you probably want around about, for your formula here, you probably want around about $45 as your overall budget. You can obviously run it for less. You know, I run mine for less, but obviously there is a bigger opportunity for it to achieve its goal through its budget loss as opposed to achieve its goal through its profit. So hopefully that makes sense. Dave, thanks. The reason why I'm asking about the hours is that I had a bot winning just a few hours and then it stopped gold reach. Well, if it reached its goal, it's either reached its goal through losses, reached its goal through profit, or reached its goal through hours. So all you need to do, if that's the case, you want to continue running, then you just go and edit it and extend the hours and it will just kick back in again. So again, when you come to, where are we, trading bots? Go to my betting bots. So if you have, go into your edit settings here, all you would need to do is just change these. Okay, so if it was only running for 2 hours and you wanted to run it for 24, then you just change it to 24 and then click Save Bot. If you wanted it to change the first amount, or if you wanted to change the formula, just come in and do it. That's fine. The only thing that I'm saying is that the formulas and the targets and all those bits and pieces, I would leave those be once you've got them set. But clearly, if you've got a winning bot and you want to keep it winning, then just extend the hours. So yeah, that should be absolutely fine. Is it important to put a target? I think so. As Jeremy's just explained, if you don't put a target, then you can allow it to just run and run and run, but it won't have the ability to save or bank you any money. Again, let me just go back to this one here. So I don't know, we'll just pick this one, Litecoin. So Litecoin, I've got it as a budget of 20 and a profit target of 15. And when it gets to 15, I want it to bank 10 of that, and I want to continue trading with 30%. Now, clearly, 30% of 15 is only $5, so that allows me to have 2 bets, basically. So it allows me to continue to run with 2 bets. Okay, and obviously I could change that if I wanted to. But if I don't set a target, then it could go up to $15, but then run back down to -20. Whereas at least here, it goes up to $15 and it will not only go down to show me a profit of $10. That's the worst case scenario that one would have. Okay, hopefully that answers that question. Just curious, please. Do the bots need to be paused while making changes like we do with the crypto bots? You know what? That is a really good question, Karen. Probably not, because programmers are really good. But yeah, if the official statement probably should be yes, I would pause them before making any changes. That would be a good idea. Yeah, good spot, Karen. Well done. Giles, if my bot is $100 and I trade $1 and start with that, start with 5. Yeah, I hope it is right. Does this mean my balance budget will be, if I lose all, is the budget musical? Yes, is the answer to that. Yeah, just done some mental maths, but yes. Yeah, that would be the answer to that. So it would then continue to trade with the 25. Now, if, and going back to Giles's question, sorry, your previous question about having a target, let's say if your profit was showing $100 and it then went through and you didn't have a target, then it could go through that and spend $75 of that profit. Whereas if you had that as profit and a profit target of 100 and then you had like a 50% on that, then it would only trade up to, I think it's the first 3. So it would do a 5, a 10, and a 20, which would be within that $50 bracket that you'd set as your banking, as your trading. So you'd still retain $50. So hopefully that makes sense. Dave Horn, when you edit settings are grayed out, how long do you leave it until you archive it and start again? When your edit settings are grayed out. Not sure I understand what you mean. When your edit settings.
What it means, I think, Darren, is when the asset goes offline.
Right. From my point of view, it depends on the asset. If it's one that I don't normally trade, then I would leave it. I would basically archive it and then start again. However, if it's one that I do trade normally, or I've got a little bit of knowledge about, then I will allow it to run. I will even set up, so ones that I particularly like, I won't tell you what they are because you'll have different ones that you like, but there are certain pairings that I like that even if they're grayed out, if it's still, so for example, this one here, Apple, okay, if I could get Apple into a profit, I'm not suggesting Apple is the one, but if I could get Apple into a profit, but it wasn't tradable at the time, then I may still choose that, particularly if it's this time of night and you could trade overnight while I'm asleep, and I have confidence in the way that Apple trades with the way that the bot trades. I hope that makes sense. That's just something I do. It's not something that obviously we're saying that you need to do. It's just something that I do. So there's about 6 pairings that I've got confidence in understanding how they work in a bit more depth. Okay, so I think I've answered everything there. Is there anything you want to add to that, Jeremy? I'm just conscious that we've only got 5 minutes left.
No, I just wanted you to sort of run through and tell people that don't have access how they can get access. And I'm actually sitting in the corner over here because
like with a bucket between your legs.
I'm listening, you know. But so I'll let you carry on, Darren.
Okay, no problem. Right, I'll stop sharing. Okay, and just make sure that we're all caught up. Right, okay, I'll make this really, really, really quick, guys, because, okay, founders. Right, the closing date for founders, that's not 4 founder positions, okay, that's 4 founders, as in FOR, all right? So the closing date, really important date, is Wednesday the 31st of October, okay? That is the end of this month. I think it's a Wednesday. It's obviously Halloween night or whatever it might be. So if we're doing the hangout here, we're obviously going to be bombarded with trick-or-treaters, I think. Once that date passes, there are no more founder positions available, all right? Let me make that really, really clear. Now, in order to become a founder, it's going to cost you 0.4 BTC, all right? If that is too much in one go, then Jeremy and the team are able to provide you with easy to pay installments, and you just need to basically ask what those installments are, okay? And they'll come to some arrangement with you. Clearly, you won't get access to the live bot until you've made your last installment. Now, we did have 3 platinum founder spots. They've gone. Gold founder spots, they've gone. 27 silver founder spots, they've gone. We did have 81 bronze founder spots, okay? That was best part of 3 weeks ago, all right? Judging by the size of the WhatsApp group and the messages that are coming through, there is a lot of these that are gone, all right? So if you want to get a bronze founder position at that price, then clearly time is running out. You need to get a jiggy on. Benefits of founders. Okay, headline is that you've got a choice to make. Now, it's really simple in my book. You either pay 0.4 BTC before the 31st of October, or you'll end up paying up to 5 BTC annually. All right, that is for lifetime access. This is annually. Now, you know, it depends on which box you particularly want, but they're not going to get any cheaper, trust me, all right? There's just too much, as Jeremy's already showed you on video today, just too much going on with Zukul, and too much value that these bots are going to be providing people that, you know, they're not going to get cheaper. So what do you get for a founder? You get lifetime access to the new binary options bot. That's the one that we've been showcasing tonight. You'll also get access to the new smart wallet. That effectively is another bot, okay? I've not got time now to go through the details on that. If you want the details, get in touch with the person that you see their details in the comments below here, okay? Because they're founders, they know the details, they'll sort of guide you into what these things are in much more detail. You'll also have access to the new crypto mining. Again, bit of a bot connected to the smart wallet, won't go into it now. You'll also get access to the new forex trading bot that we're building. What does the forex trading bot do? Well, I've been doing paper trading of the forex strategies that we've been looking at. September alone, 2,000 pips in profit. What does that mean? Well, if you had a micro lot, okay, because you do lots in forexing, that would have been, you'd have traded, what, 10 cents a lot? You'd have made $200. If you'd have traded $1 in a mini lot, then you would have made $2,000. If you traded $10 in a full lot, you'd have made $20,000, okay? Not to be underestimated. You also have access, unprecedented access to Jeremy. He's sat in a corner. He can't protest now, okay? You'll have unprecedented access to Jeremy Rush, okay? Basically, he's a multi-millionaire, right? Good guy to get involved with. He's the owner of Zukul. You also have enhanced funnel positions, okay? We've got 4 funnels. Depending on which package you are holding with Zukul, you will have a much more enhanced position in those funnels. And there's other things, as Jeremy's sort of alluded to a little bit at the beginning of the Hangout, there is so much more that is coming, okay? And remember, as a founder, okay, you've got access to these things coming down the line, okay? How do you get in touch? How do you get to be a founder? Basically, dead simple. You log into your Zukul account, okay? You then go to the top right-hand corner where your name is, click on the little drop-down box, and there is a support button. Click on the support button and just type in, I want to become a founder, all right? And then click send. You'll then get information on how you can become a founder if there are any positions available. If you want the easy payments, then if you want that as an option, then make sure you include that in your message, and then we'll obviously send that detail to you. And be quick, all right? That's really all I would say. There's not, no hype around it. If for some reason we don't sell out of the bronze founder positions, guess what? We just hold on to those, and we'll use those for offering out to leaders in the future, which obviously we've got people coming contacting us all the time as far as leader positions are concerned. Okay. And hopefully that takes us 1 minute over. Right, I'll just disconnect myself, and hopefully Jeremy will fill in the gap.
Yeah, I think that's you've done a good presentation there. So thank you for that. So I'm really sorry, guys, that I've really got a bit of a temperature going on here. So we're not going to cover any more questions, but we will be doing another hangout. I'm not sure when we're going to do it. We'll let you know, but I fly to the US this weekend, okay? So next week I'm in New York, basically. I'm in New York, and I'll let you know when I'm going to do hangouts. Normally last time I did them from the Trump building, so I'll probably be doing them from your president, if you're American. He's where he lives, basically, not in Washington, but in the Trump building there. So I'll hopefully, or I might do it in the apartment. But I will let you know when they're going to be, and obviously Darren will send out some emails as well. Thanks very much, guys, for joining us, and we'll see you on the next hangout. Have a fantastic rest of the morning, midday, or afternoon, or evening, depending on what part of the world it is. So tutty bye for now. Tutty bye.